It's like we just want to play it at this point. Like we want to see something, and instead of showing us something, they're just adding more and more stuff. Y'all, we got an update. Now, even though it's not the update I necessarily wanted, because I swore off of Witchbrook until we got an actual date or something substantial, you know? However, when reading through the dev blog, I was like, we got to talk about this, because 40 to 50 hours of playtime for just year one? Now, here's the thing with Stardew Valley, if you also do the math and you go through year one, it takes around 30 to 50 hours to complete it in Stardew Valley. So we know how in-depth Stardew Valley is. And so I'm curious to see how they're filling up this time. Now, I know a lot of you guys are so done with Witchbrook and you're like, Yans, don't tell us nothing else until the game drops. I hear you, I do. But because there's some hefty promises and a lot in this dev blog, and we haven't had a dev blog since December of 2025, we gotta cover it. So let's begin, shall we? Grab your snacks and your drinks and let's dive in. You see, I got my coffee, so you already know. All right, guys, this is devblog 5 and it is titled Life at Witchbrook. So clearly we're going to see what goes on at Witchbrook. It was posted June 19th, so that's the day I'm recording it as well. So yeah, let's go get on into it. Hi everyone, today we want to share more about what you can expect from your new life as a student, which in the bustling seaside city of Mossport. We'll also be sharing an update on how development is going. Okay, so then over to the game design team. Enrolling at Witchbrook. So you've received your acceptance letter and you're ready to start an adventure as a new student witch in the city of Mossport. But what does your new life look like? How will you pay your way through it? And how will you meet your goal of graduating college? Y'all, that's getting me right there. How you pay your way through it with all this student loan stuff coming up. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into this picture. Professor Carlisle. I'm Professor Carlisle. I teach at Witchbrook and you must be Taylor. I mean, y'all, we already know the game looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. We love the art style. That's what drew us all here in the first place. That's why we sit here talking about it right now. It's because of how it looks. It just looks so charming. It looks so beautiful. But the thing is, you keep showing us pictures, but no gameplay footage. We don't want to see pictures. We want to see like gameplay footage. I don't know why that's so difficult to accomplish. Like, just show us gameplay footage. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it looks beautiful. Yeah, cute. There's a little dog right there. I love these little flowers. Like I said, I love the art style. It looks gorgeous. All right. Luckily, your aunt has left you her cottage, but classes aren't cheap, okay? And surviving on instant noodles is depressing, so you'll need to find a job. Luckily, the greedy cottage familiar has a plan to benefit both your studies and your bottom line. All right, so we got Fable here. I suspect you'll be off to enrollment, and then you're able to choose Away I Go, and I'm so excited. Okay. So this is our little familiar, which is actually really cute. Yeah, the cottage looks beat up and run down as expected. So that'll be fun to like clean it up, fix it up. I think that'll be fun and cute. It looks pretty big too, so that's nice. Yeah, I wish we could actually see it in motion. Along with Fable, you'll also have the support of your coven, a group of witches you'll be living and studying with at Witchbrook, as well as the guiding hand of your benevolent coven leader, Professor Carlisle. Okay, so all that sounds really cute. I like the idea that you'll be studying at Witchbrook, like with your group. That's cute. I like that. All right, witchy business. Why not start your own witch business? The townsfolk around Mossport are desperate for goods and services only a witch can offer, and your classes at college will expand the kind of goods you can supply them with. Your trusty moped or broom, once you've earned your license, allows you to deliver goods all over Mossport. I do like this. I do like the idea of owning your own business so that you can like support yourself, and I don't know, it gives you stuff to do. So, you know, delivering goods all over Mossport, I mean, which would be really great with your broom. I think that'd be really cute, but obviously we'll start off with the moped and then we have to earn our way to a broom. But I still think that's really cute. And like, as you can see, like the request, you can see like the price of the delivery and where to go. So that's really cute. I don't know if I see a map. Did we see a map anywhere? Nope. That's one thing I feel needs to be in every game. Y'all need to have maps, like a little map. I know you can go to the start screen and then like see a map a lot of times, but I always need a little map in the corner. That's like standard. Every game needs to have that. So if you are a dev, we need maps always. I don't care. We just need a map. But yeah, y'all, this looks really cute. I liked running a little business. It's funny because I actually just watched the Fable video of like how Fable's going to be, and buying shops and being a business owner. So I don't know, kind of reminds me of that. We got some more pictures. So we got service requests fulfilled, tips received. So it's a lot in this. Reputation level, okay. But it says rename your business back at the office. Customers now leave tips worth 10% of the request value. So business perks, cool. Of course, building a good business relationship is important and comes with its own benefits. Fulfilling business orders increases that relationship and unlocks all sorts of perks and upgrades for your business. Okay, so this is really good, building relationships through your, job, the requests that you fulfill. And it seems like there's a lot of requests too, so it's not like you'll be doing nothing. But I did see someone say that they are a little worried that it's all fetch quests. And for some people, they do like that. And for some people, they don't like that. I personally don't mind as long as it's like interesting enough, or you get something out of doing it, like something good. Because it's nothing worse than doing like a bunch of fetch quests and like you get like barely anything for it. It's like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. So, I mean, as long as it's like worth it, I don't mind. But yeah, it looks like you'll be plenty busy doing all of these. And there's also more that I did kind of look at alongside this. Sunday markets offer their own unique opportunity for your business. Why not bring your goods into town, stock up a stall, and see if you can make a good deal with townsfolk? Okay. So you're also able to sell your own stuff at like your own stall, which is interesting because most of the time when we're selling stuff, we have to like find that random person on the side and then sell it to them or something. So I like that you can do your own stall and sell. That's cute. If it runs like I'm thinking. Taking classes. Now all that hard-earned money can pay for classes. Sheesh, all that just to pay for the classes, y'all. Classes teach a witch new skills, enabling them to complete college assignments, craft and obtain new items, and undertake new activities. It's also an opportunity to get to know your professors and coven mates. Okay, so we finally been running around on our mopeds, selling, completing requests, selling stuff at our stall, and now we got enough money for class, which is, how we can maybe do spells and do all the other stuff. So yeah, I'm excited about this part. I do love the idea of the taking classes. Professor Wicks. Now gather around, it's time for a practical demonstration. So that's what I'm curious about, like how we're gonna be in class. Is it just like a little cutscene? Do we actually get to do anything in the class? I don't know. These classes cover a variety of magical disciplines from crafting tea, incense, and salves early in your student career to potion, brewing, astrological divination, arcane rituals, and much more. So it looks like this is the tea, right? Dried sage, and we make tea. So this part right here reminds me of like Potion Permit, where it's like the little blocks and stuff. So I'm curious if that's how it's going to be as well. But yeah, I mean, the UI looks really cute. It looks it matches, it makes sense. I love it. Like, look at all those little details. That's really cute. All right, assignments. Throughout the week, the college will post assignments for you to complete using the skills you learn in class. Many of these assignments will require you to head to Mossport to consult with its residents, diagnose a solution using the materials in the school library, and put that solution into action. Okay, so along with maybe managing your job and all of that, you also have to stay on top of your assignments that will help you with your skills, or I guess improve your skills that you learned. So, for example, this one says Black Hole Blunder. I'm looking for a witch to help me with a star reading. Please consult the stars for me. And this is Clement for Casterwick Avenue. 150. So I'm guessing that's your skill points maybe. And so it looks like you can decide which ones you want to take. So kind of like like the board in Stardew Valley, or even like when we just saw in Paralives, like that board of different things, requests and whatnot. So it looks like that's also your homework, your assignments and homework. Completing an assignment will earn you college merits, which can be spent in the college shop for all sorts of wonderful items, but more importantly, allow entry to college exams. Often the folks you help will want to send you thank you gifts of their own. So that's good. That's nice. But yeah, all the assignments is just to help with taking our exams. Credits are also earned throughout the game for exemplifying what it means to be a witch, whether that's helping out around town, completing side quests, or unlocking knowledge. So that's what I'm thinking. This game is mainly main quests, side quests, and just random quests that you have to fulfill so that you can just gain skill points and, pass your tests and whatnot. Knowledge. As you live and study in Mosport, you'll come to build up knowledge on all sorts of subjects. This is reflected in your knowledge collection. Okay. All right, knowledge collection. The knowledge collection tracks everything you've learned and contains the requirements to memorize new information. For example, finding an herb for the first time in the forest might unlock that herb in the knowledge collection along with its description, but information on the growth time of that herb will unlock only once you've grown it a number of times. Interesting. So once you find something, you'll get it. You can read the description, but you won't see more information about it until you've actually went through the process a number of times, it says. So that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that yet. To start with, you'll be looking up this information in books found and borrowed from the school library. Don't forget to return them on time. But as you progress, you'll be able to rely more and more on your own knowledge. Okay, I do like that though. Taking exams. Taking exams is an important part of your college life. You'll need to complete a set of exams in order to advance to the next grade, enabling access to new classes, spells, activities, and certain dangerous areas of Mosport itself. See this right here. Certain dangerous areas of Mosport. So similar to like Stardew Valley with like the caves and Skull Cavern and stuff, the question with this game was like if we're gonna have like places that, we might have to fight, I guess, for lack of better words. We might have to like use our spells and our skills to like defend ourselves or fight. And so seeing where it says certain dangerous areas of Mosport, it's making me think that there will be areas that we will have to use our spells and things to fight things off. I don't know what that looks like, but I do think it would be in the game. But at the same time, the game heavily focuses on like, school and, just casual daily witch life. So I don't know how it's going to look, but seeing certain dangerous areas of Mosport makes me think that we might be doing some kind of battling. Maybe. I don't know. What you think? And we have like enchanted crafting, occult economics, introductory divination, magical medicine, field magic. So these are our exams and our little witch points. So, and you get like a little grade. You'll need passing marks in all of the grades exams to progress to the next grade. What mark you receive will depend on how much knowledge you've accumulated in the sections of knowledge collections that exam tests. For example, a magical medicine exam might test your herbal tea, salve, and herbology knowledge categories. Not sure if you'll pass. Attend a coven study group where coven members will test your knowledge with mock exams. That is really cute and really innovative. I like that. So you can kind of like go to your little study group and do like a practice run. That's really cute. That's like a little extra. I do like that. Spells. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a witch school without spells. Once they obtain their wand, most witches are able to move objects intuitively and without guidance. So your wand is immediately a useful tool, especially when it comes to moving heavy furniture around the house. I like that it's immediate. You don't have to wait or do anything or train yourself up for that. So that's nice. But there are so many spells to be learned. Each completed exam will entitle you to learn a spell from your coven head, Professor Carlisle, who offers one-on-one spellcasting tuition to her coven. So this also reminds me, like if you've been watching like Moonlight Peaks stuff, this reminds me of that as well. So, but as you can see, it just looks like a lot of the stuff in your pockets are just like herbs and stuff. So And potions. Herbs and potions. I don't see any like anything else. So I'm guessing the wand is going to do it all. Spells offer all sorts of useful shortcuts for a witch, from guidance spells that will help track down rare ingredients to flying over the rooftops on a broom. There's a large variety of useful spells to learn. That is super exciting, and I think that's what a lot of us are most excited about, is doing spells and like being able to jump right into doing spells and learning new spells. I think that's the exciting part, is every time we get to learn a new spell. Well-being. It is important to look after yourself between your studies, and that's where the well-being system comes into play. Everything you do in Mossport, from petting a dog to taking a walk in nature or having a conversation with a friend, can increase your well-being, while staying up far too late or upsetting a friend might decrease well-being. This is also a part that I do really like. I like the fact that they're focusing on taking care of yourself. So it is a lot if you're trying to still run a job, you're trying to sell stuff at a stall, you're trying to, do your homework and help the people of the town so that you can build your skills up, worrying about tests, having to do mock tests just to make sure you can pass the original test. It's a lot. So I do like that they're focusing on taking time to take care of yourself. Like, it's forcing you to take care of yourself because you don't want your well-being to be negatively affected. And it says upsetting a friend might decrease well-being. So it's like you also got to stay on top of your game of just being a nice, kind witch citizen. So I like this right here. You got your little dog. You're like on a little picnic blanket. Again, love the look of it. I love the flowers, and I don't know, it just looks so bright and beautiful. So love that. At the end of a long day, the day's events are tallied up and your current well-being level is adjusted. Okay, so we got to pay attention to how much money we earn, how many assignments we completed, how many requests we fulfilled, and merits earned. So that's our merits, okay? And then down here, we have the well-being part, which is like you had a chat, you pet an animal, you went to bed early, and then you can see your well-being. Now, I don't know what that means. If you, let's say you don't do those things, like you don't have a chat, you don't pet an animal, you don't go to bed early, like, does that just affect the next day? Like, how does that work? Okay, here we go. Taking care of yourself enables all sorts of bonuses, from increased income and better deals to gift and relationship benefits. You might even perform better in your exam. It pays to look after yourself. Okay, so it will affect how you go about your next day, from how you get money and your relationships and your tests. So is this like The Sims Pair Lives kind of vibe? Because it's like you got to also take care of yourself, but you also got to complete all of these assignments and tasks and things. So I don't know, it seems really cool. It seems like a lot packed into this in this game. All right, graduation. Completing exams will allow you to advance to the next year, unlocking new spell classes and activities. But what about graduating from college? Okay, I like this college progress. So you can see it's like a little tree. Broom riding class. Learn to glide through the air on your own charmed broomstick. An effortless and speedy way to travel. Requirements. Cost $5,000. Okay. Many witches decide to stay on as postgrads, looking to fill their knowledge collection completely, improve their grades in previous exams, and take their witch business to new heights. So even after you graduate, it looks like you can still stay and continue learning and growing, and I guess improve your grades in previous exams. I don't know why you want to do that. I feel like if you pass, you passed. Stories. Of course, you're not the only witch navigating a new life. Your coven mates each have a unique and bespoke story to tell. As you increase your relationship level with coven mates, you'll be invited into their stories and their lives. Okay, so this is also another part, I guess, building the friendships and learning about the other folks that you live with and that you go to class with. This is Eli. He says, I need to see if you have the eye, the nose, the ear for the news. Is he talking about tea? These stories play out like mini visual novels that cover a wide range of tones, subjects, and perspectives. I'm excited to see about all this if we ever will. Well, I'm excited. All right, free time. Your education is just scratching the surface of your life in Mossport. What about your free time? Perhaps you'll build relationships or even find someone special to take on dates. Maybe you'll spend your time indulging in fashion and interior design. You might join clubs and begin to collection knowledge outside of school, cooking, gardening, festivals, and much more. There's so much to keep you busy outside college hours, but more on that later. Sheesh. All right, y'all. So what do y'all think about, everything we learned so far about witch school, getting money, and, building relationships with people? Going to class and all that stuff, it seems like a lot. Okay, so you got to do your assignments. There's lots of spells to learn. You got to help the people of the town by using what you've learned in class, making potions and teas. That's a lot. So I can see why this would be really jam-packed with a lot of stuff to do, and that's just in the class sense. Even before class, because remember, you poor and can't afford it yet, so you gotta find a way to make money, which is like going on those deliveries or selling stuff at a stall. That also is a lot. So it's really interesting, really cool, and I'm really excited to see how it's gonna look. But yeah, we just need some gameplay footage. I need to just see something in action, some of this in action, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, even building relationships, we do get romance, so that's really great, going on dates. I don't know beyond that, but there's romance, friendships, and we get to learn more about each of their stories. And apparently they're very in, what did it say? In tone, subjects, and perspective. So I'm excited to see what this is all going to look like. It feels like it's a lot, though. It feels like they've constantly added more and more stuff, and this is why the game is not here yet. Okay, because it was supposed to be coming out last year, and then it's supposed to come out this year. But then remember, they put out that statement of saying like, we're aiming for 2026 release. So this feels like why it's taking so long, because there's so much stuff and so many little extra things involved in this game. So I don't know, but what do you think? How do you feel about this? I already know some of y'all are like, girl, I'm over it. I am over this. But aside from that, how do you feel about what, classes and all of that is going to look like? All right, so now we're going to get into the development update part of it, because this is what I really, really wanted to get into, because I want to know what they have to say to us. We're the ones excited and waiting to play this game, so what's taking so long? So let's get into it. In our last devblog, we mentioned how we have been doing some super secret playtests to refine a few features, balancing and ensuring we're happy with the pacing of in-game years. Over the past few months, we've been continuing regular intervals of playtests, using the feedback to inform some important adjustments. It's lengthy but important process. Even playing through the first in-game year of the game can take around 40 to 50 hours, depending on your playstyle. So you can imagine how quickly time can rack up when you do a few playtests back to back. And again, in perspective, it takes around 30 to 50 hours to complete like 1 year in Stardew Valley. So, and Stardew Valley has a lot, and there's so much to do in that. So, and this game is promising a lot of stuff to do, like it's between classes and, running your own little job. So, and building relationships and all of that stuff, and well-being and taking care of yourself. So this is promising a lot. So, these playtests have also sparked some extra gameplay additions we wanted to add, both big and small, like extra spells, pedestrian gossip, some very special magical creatures, a placeable hut upgrade system for your cottage lands, new NPC animations and coven-mate behaviors, new resources for crafting, and some new music tracks. Playtests are a fantastic way of highlighting what players enjoy the most and where they spend their time, some of which can be quite surprising. Using this info, we can then improve the late game experience by adding even more content or activities that our playtesters enjoy to ensure Witchbrook remains refreshing after so many hours into the game. See, this is what I'm talking about. This right here, this is the stuff I'll be talking about, because you're adding so much more, like you're running through it. Okay. This is what I'm thinking. Alleged. You're running through the game and then you're like, oh, you know what? We can add this over here. And then now you just spent so long of amount of time adding something else in the game. Then you go through that. Then you're like, oh, you know what? We need new NPC animations. And then they spend even more time adding that. And they're like, extra spells. That's what we're missing. We need about 52 extra spells. Like, I don't know why they keep doing this to us. It's like we just want to play it at this point. Like we want to see something, and instead of showing us something, they're just adding more and more stuff. Some of you guys, like I said, like that. Some of you guys are like, fill it up, pack it up. We want as much stuff as possible, and then give us a complete game. We don't care if it takes 20 more years till we get to play it. We don't care as long as it's complete. And some of us are like, listen, now at this point, go ahead and put out early access. We need to see something. We need something to play. And if you don't want to have us play it, show it to us. That's one thing I really, really respect about Paralives, is that they have showed us like gameplays like throughout, okay? From character customization to actually playing through the game, good and bad. Because some parts of one of the videos, the person disappeared. She was like talking to one of the paras, and the para just disappeared in mid-conversation. That's showing the good and the bad. That did not affect anybody wanting that game, and people have been going crazy over Paralives. Show us something. That's all we're asking. Show us something. Don't keep telling us, show us something. Show us gameplay footage. I think if we have that, we'll be okay for a little bit longer. We can go another month if we just have gameplay footage. That's all we asking for, because clearly they don't want to put the game out yet. They want to keep adding more stuff, and probably gonna add more stuff. Probably gonna get another devblog, and it's gonna say even more stuff that they've added. So anyway, let's keep going. We think it's cute seeing coven mates expressing their personalities out and about. Here's Pip pumping some iron by the docklands near her garage. Okay, let's look at Pip. There she go. Pip is so cute. I love Pip. She's so cute. Love her. Localization has been well underway for quite some time now, thanks to our fantastic team of translators. Like all aspects of Witchbrook's development, we haven't taken any shortcuts, so the translators are deeply entrenched in the game's world and in daily communication with the dev team, answering questions to ensure each language gets the treatment it deserves. I love that. I love that they're using these translators, not taking any shortcuts, so that the game can be more accessible, so more people can play it in their own language. Love it. We've also been able to increase the amount of playable languages beyond what is currently announced. We won't confirm which languages yet in order to not cause undue pressure on the translators until we're pretty certain they'll be ready for launch. Watch this space. So they're showing us a little bit, but not a lot of it. We're hugely proud of how far the game has come and can't wait to get it into your hands as soon as we can. There's a lot of factors that could impact our release schedule, like unexpected delays in platform submissions, a pesky bug that's difficult to track down, external team factors like porting or localization, or extra polish needed on an important feature. So we won't share a specific date until we're super sure. But rest assured, we're working hard and incredibly excited to share Witchbrook with you. Thanks for reading, everyone. This is from Chucklefish and Robotality. All right. Again, it's the same thing we've heard. They're not going to share a date until they're super sure. And who knows when they'll ever be super sure, because they keep adding new stuff to the game and pushing it back, adding new stuff and pushing it back. I'm still trying to remain optimistic that this game is everything that we think it is, and that all the stuff that we read through today is going to be executed very, very well, and it's going to be so fun, and it is going to be lots of hours into this game once it releases. But again, I think the main issue is that they're just not giving us enough. And I know it's like, okay, we just got this dev blog that's telling us something, but this entire time it's been them just writing blogs, or lack of writing blogs, because the last one before this one was December. You know, it's fine reading through this, and I do appreciate that they've written this out for us so that we can see that they're working on something. But again, what's getting to me is I feel like, are y'all not hearing what we're asking for? We're asking for gameplay footage, and I feel like they're just refusing, because they're saying they're trying to keep the playtest and all that super secret. But I still feel like you can show a little bit of gameplay, even if it's like early. Like, you don't have to show us all what you just talked about in this blog. You can show us something from like the beginning of the game, just so we can see it's like like how it works, how it functions, how you move, like something. And I know they keep popping in all these GIFs. That's not what I'm talking about. I need actual like footage of gameplay, like dialogue selection, movement, you know, something. That's all we're asking for. If they're not going to give us any kind of frame of a date, and to be fair, I get it, because why even announce another date after you didn't set it 2 times and it has not come through? At least the 2026 one has a chance. It could still be released this year, but yeah, I see why not, why you wouldn't say anything about a date or a time frame. But yeah, y'all, it's just rough out here. It's rough. But anyway, it does say that the first year is going to be 40 to 50 hours worth of gameplay. And as we read through this blog, it does seem like there's a lot to do, which is exciting. So whenever it comes out, we'll be excited. Some of y'all have already hopped off the Witchbrook train. But if they pull it through and it's really, really, truly amazing, I think it'll still bring everybody back in. But gameplay footage, that's all we're asking for. Gameplay footage. But I don't know, what about you? What is the main thing that you're wanting from Witchbrook? Is it what I'm saying, like gameplay footage, or is it something else? Are you thinking like, listen, I just want early access version of this so we can get our hands on it, like, or are you still like, you know what, take your time, it could take 30 years, it don't matter. Release it when it's ready, because we're so tired of early access games and games not being complete. Like, which side are you on? And how do you feel about everything that was in this dev blog about how classes go and running your own little business and things like that? So how do you feel about going through this and just about the game as a whole? Y'all, this might be it for me, okay? I think I'm done until they release this game, okay? This was like really nice to read through, but I think I'm done with Witchbrook until we get a date. Like, I feel like next time you see me with Witchbrook is when we have a date, okay? Because I can't keep going on like this. But anyway, thank you so much for watching and getting into this with me. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Happy Juneteenth. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like this video if you did enjoy talking about Witchbrook with me. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.